Going back to the original footage, not the speeded up version of it, drag out Donut Cam. And you can reposition it for a key moment of donut eatingness. Since the clip's only 15 seconds long, I'll trim this clip to match. Don't have to do that, just doing it to be neat about it. I'll apply a corner pin to this, typing in corner to get the corner pin under distort, and putting that on our top layer of the donut cam. Then we're given these points up, upper left, upper right, lower left, lower right. And these pins will help us fit this image into the perspective of the screen. If you don't see your bounding box selections for this, make sure that you're under View, Show Layer Controls, or that shortcut where you select a shape tool. You'll draw out a shape and then undo it. Should expose your controls again. I'll select my upper pin and I'll just put a keyframe for all of them to start. And I'll undo that just because I should start at frame 0. So I'll undo all the keys to erase them, making sure I'm at frame 0. Select all my keys using the Move tool. Now it's just a matter of dragging it and positioning it. You could change the transparency of this layer temporarily to make it easier to see where you're going with it. This is the distortion mentioned before, and to correct the distortion, we'll go under Donut Cam and we'll make a pre-comp and then rescale that pre-comp to fit better into here. Now, it's the art of making these corner pins fit. Our comp has to be corner pin for each moment. To do that, let's zoom in. And this shows use stabilized footage. Will make life a lot easier when coming to this, or using Mocha, which we'll do next. I was at frame 0. I'll go forward a frame or 2. And I'll start adjusting the corner pins. I'll select here, select my corner pin, and move it around. Go forward another frame or 2 till you start to see it move a lot. Since they're keyframes, this means you don't have to do every single frame. You can let the computer interpret what's going on. For us in the After Effects timeline, the in between this. If the camera shakes too much, though, that's where we might have to do keyframe by keyframe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I see a little slippage. Being 15 seconds, that means it's 450 frames. If you do every other frame, it's going to take roughly 15 minutes to complete this. When you're done corner pinning and you preview it, you might notice it slip a little bit or distort a little bit. It takes time to really get the corner pins accurate, and so you could go back and redo some of the corner pins by just moving to that particular moment in time and adjusting where it is. Starting out with more stabilized footage is another way to go about this. Or if you could set up the scene where there's a high contrast on this scene. So if you're shooting in the field and someone could put up a high contrast image here, it'll be easier for you to eyeball where these corner pins will go. For now, let's just take a look at the image and its scaling. And because it's been corner pinned, it's probably skewed a bit from the original. And the way we could take care of that, we could pre-comp this whole layer and scale it upward. Or, just to show you what I'm talking about, if I stretch his face here and go back to the original, we can see that his face looks less distorted. If you want to pre-comp the whole composition, so this way even the words are stretched properly, then we could select all that, right click, and choose pre-compose, or go under layer, pre-compose, either way. And I'll just call this Donut Cam Pre-Comp. This way, when I stretch this layer, everything including the text will be stretched, and I can reposition it. I'll go back to the original video, and there it is.